All right, so one of my goals for the future is to actually create an educational system that is based in the creativity, the contemplation, the pathways, and just the different alchemical keys and um, compasses that we all uniquely have. All right, so there's a lot of differentiation that will go into our newer educational systems that is coming from a sovereign mindset that I'm going to be creating. I'm already in the works of it. So the creation part is actually being able to get the right people involved and create the full organization of it so that it becomes a full systematic approach, and we have all the right components to making it long term for the spiritual survival of our species, right? So that just goes to show that this whole system of education that doesn't fit the modern human is able to get wiped out, since we have such a clean slate that we're about to be working with starting in practically next month, but also in 2024 and also in 2027. So there's a clean slate for an educational system to actually emerge, and that's what I'm working on right now. Like I said, and I want to just let it be known that since we aren't in an educational system, what I call educational system, I call the UN, practically the United Nations is our educational system, because they actually do operate all the educational systems that are on the world right now, because the humans don't have that type of integrity to just create our own. So practically, they have a lot of the ancient mysteries within the way that they operate their system. They just don't let any of the ancient mysteries and the ancient mathematical intelligences actually get into the educational system, but they operate our systems from those. And so now we can actually just say, hey, those that have tapped in, let's go ahead and create a new educational system, because this one doesn't fit anyone here. And that's why we have relationships problems. That's why we promote relationship problems. We really don't have them. We really don't have wealth problems. We really don't have health problems. We promote them, and we quantumly enmesh inside of them. Okay? So when we quantumly entangle and enmesh inside of them, we get to experience them, because that's our reality that we're living in. And mentally can affect the physical, and it can affect the emotional in that simple way. So what we have is a whole bunch of people trying to figure out relationships through monogamy, polygamy, etc. terms, when most of the time the man and the woman are really just trying to help each other figure out each other, because there hasn't been a relationship based system that can already have two people know themselves enough. You know what I mean? So we're just trying to raise each other as if we are each other's teachers, because we didn't grow up in these type of systems. And so the system that I'm creating is for all ages, for sure, all subcultures, all sub races, etc. And so this is why we don't understand, if we already knew ourselves, it would be like old antiquity times, where women would just get together, because we understood there's more women than there are men on earth. Women would just get together, and they would know themselves. They'd be like, okay, we are all educated enough to know ourselves. Great, let's go ahead and get together and choose a man. The man would get chose. The man that got chose would have to be up to par with his knowledge of self, right? And it wouldn't be any scarcity in choosing as well, because the whole systematic approach would already be established in some type of way, with these women already feeling comfortable and not needing a crazy amount of things from this man, but just the essentials that a man provides, not a whole daddy and a whole daycare and a whole like they women nowadays want a whole government out of a man, which is great, right? But the government is a male and female thing. That's why it's not so great, because the family is a true government. And with family not having a systematic approach, a team-based approach, like what I was talking about, with women getting together first and then choosing a man, etc., in that manner, then yeah, there is really no government. And then you look for another government inside of one man. A man cannot provide a whole government. And so the woman is already flawed, and her finding out what her true self is going to have so many ups and downs, rather than a smooth educational process that should have been established before even getting into relationships in the first place. So same thing goes with health. We have us going to get things after the fact, when we should have already knew ourselves to a specific amount and had so much inner alchemy and knowledge of the inner alchemy already going on, because we have differentiated bodies, bioforms, that need specific things and need to operate and make decisions in specific ways that you could have just been on top of your health a lot smoother and easier, and the people around you can be on top of their health in that same manner, to that point where preventative measures are always in abundance, rather than scarce aftercare, and just trying to pick off certain things and hide certain things. And then we have this whole culture of makeup from surgeries, and just trying to impress, just to improve certain things that are already perfect, and which makes them imperfect. So that's the health. And then the wealth, that really just comes from energy. We're talking energy when we're talking wealth. And the abundance of energy is an abundance of energy to move around and manage resources that actually are assets, and they grow. They have their own residual and net income inside of the asset itself, and they're protected, and there's enough energy to protect them. And so it really does come from a sense of, hey, we don't have enough energy because we don't know ourselves, and we're lacking the foundations of what it is to really be healthy enough inside of our mainframe of knowledge of self, to actually see that our uniqueness is a great thing for the world. Like, we create the world, we create the market. Our uniqueness is a creator economy itself. And so we have to see that, it really is that simple, that when the knowledge of self is vast in the springboard of what we want to do in our reality, then we can see that it really is A plus B equals C at that point. You know what I mean? Like, because we have great relationships with people, because we feel confident in ourselves, we multiply, multiple people being in great relationships, that creates multiplicity of energy from that type of coherency. You know what I mean? Like, things are working in very much a systematic harmony, to that point where energy is coming from multiple streams without people having to govern multiple streams individually. Instead, each stream has a little bit of all of our spark, and we see that the waters are flowing super smoothly, and then the stream is actually creating a network web for other people to just easily get into the streams, and we can share the waters. There's an abundance of water, what I mean? Like, there's an abundance of energy, what I mean? Like, to say there's not an abundance of water is to say that you're not breathing water right now through air. Air is just a light form of water. We're breathing water. It's abundance of it. Everywhere you look is covered by air. You go to the ocean, to the beach, to the rivers, there's water there. That's actual denser air. But, everywhere you look, you're also seeing water. Is there anywhere that you're looking that there's not air? Okay, then. And so what we're literally living in is in an abundance of energy. And our bodies are also made of air, water, solids, plasma, right? And light. And so anywhere you look, there's light. Anywhere you look, there's plasma. Anywhere you look, well, you might not know that, but we'll say energy. There's vibrations in every single thing that you look at. And so there's solids, liquids, gases. Every single place that you look at, every single thing that you look at, there's a certain percentage of liquid inside of it. And so there's an abundance of energy regardless of where you look. And there's solar power, there's water power, there's air power. We already seen these technologies. It's just about utilization of it. So there's no way that we can actually say that if only there was more abundance. It's not about the abundance, it's about the system that we are platforming from to actually experience that abundance. Everywhere you look, there is a battery full of abundance. That's called a cell. We live in a cell. We live in a battery called Earth. And every single cell in Earth, microcell in Earth, inside of our bodies, inside of every single plant, inside of every single thing that we see moving is some sort of battery. So there's an abundance of energy. And with all this abundance of energy, we can actually access higher and higher states of not only awareness and consciousness, but also communication. And so that just provides a creator economy right there. So the system that I'm creating, to wrap it up, is a creator economy system that starts off children from the get-go into their creator economy based realities. And we all are still children of God regardless. And so you can start off at any time in your reality. But this systematic approach actually addresses children for who they truly are. So they start off as creators in a creator economy. They start off as creative entrepreneurs, conscious entrepreneurs as soon as they come out the womb, because they're wrapped in a system around consciousness being, the prime front of their purpose in this reality. And economy means to take care of the household. Their original household is their temple. Their original temple is their actual cranium, and their cranium is connected to the rest of their body. So your original house is your body, and taking care of your house is your true economy, because health is wealth, wealth is health. And without that, no relationship can ever really thrive in longevity. And so we wrapped it up right then and there. Let's go ahead and let it be known that Heart Star system, the quantum based educational system, and it's not even like super scientific or nothing like that. It is, but it's not. It is, but it's not, because with just a little bit of right brain thinking, a little bit of unlearning that comes from just detaching from the old system that does not serve us, then we actually have a potential to actually see that actually these sciences are not too scientific. It's not rocket science. It's actually just coherent science, which makes it quantum, right? So the quantum-based system, and taking systems and putting them together is, just where we're at with the future in 2027 and 2024 coming around and destroying the old worlds. And we have that potential to push it out. So if you're with me, reach out. We have so much work to do. And it's a busy reality. It's a really busy reality, but it's not busy in the sense of like busy and not knowing what we're doing. It's more of busy of like enjoying the fruits of our labors in each moment and continuing that momentum. All right, praises. Cheers.